Hello, my sexy muffins, and before we get to the intro, I have to point out that the fabulous Gav has made the art for this video. All the art of Abel and Jack are obviously done by Gav. Here is a picture of her Tumblr. Go commission her if you want to. She may not be taking commissions right now because she might be going through a lot. I do not know off the top of my head. And also that if you want to see the part 1 and part 2 of this, I will link it below in the description and also in an info card near the front, near right now, and all that good jazz and such. And also at the end of the video, so check the playlist at the end of the video if you want to see more Abel Bright, aka Abel and Dr. Jack Bright from the SCP Foundation. And now to the intro. And also the art is so freaking fabulous. I cannot thank Gav enough for giving me permission to use her art. Yes, do have permission of the artist to use this art. I do not take people's art without permission. Thank you. And now to the intro. Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are doing part 3 of reading a fanfiction that I was suggested to read by my patrons. Gav is the one who suggested this, and my second patron and her were the ones who wrote this story, co-authored it. And yes, they have given me permissions to read it and videos and such. Now, for the small summary, it is Jack Bright from SCP Foundation, Dr. Jack Bright, X Abel, where it's an alpha, beta, omega verse, and Abel is the alpha, and Dr. Jack Bright is the omega. And in this sense, it has the alpha, beta, omega dynamics that are in the fandom worlds, and all that good jazz. It also has Jack Bright having his anomaly, and that Abel never killed him to get his anomalous power. So Jack was sort of immortal before he ever met Abel, and Abel never killed him type of situation. Also, disclaimer number 1, this is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Jack Bright is his standalone character. Jack Bright is his standalone character and not a self-insert of just Admin Bright. More people have added to Jack Bright's character as the fandom has gone on, and Admin Bright is no longer part of the fandom from his predatory ways. And yes, that we don't associate ourselves with Admin Bright or anything like that. Again, this is just for fun. Jack Bright and Abel are not yandere for each other in canon, first of all. And I don't even know if this is yandere or just possessive, so let me correct myself. It's the ship. They could be yandere. I don't know. It might just be alpha dynamics where they're super possessive. Who knows? But anyways, Abel and Jack Bright are not a canon couple, but somewhere in the multiverse, this could be very likely, where an alpha, beta, omega verse could exist, and where Abel and Jack could be together and have children together. It's very likely. It's the SCP fandom. It has a huge multiverse. Anyways, and remember that yanderes are not ideal partners. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously, and all that jazz. And remember to separate fiction from reality and headcanon from canon, all that good stuff, and let's do this. Chapter 4. So in the previous chapters, Jack got this Abel sent while he was in his cube, and Abel got Jack sent while he was in his cube. So, and they both like each other sent very, very much. So that was from the first 3 chapters, and now we're going into chapter 4. Go to Arizona, they said. You need discipline, they said. To say that Jack Bright was in a bad mood would be an understatement. So there'd been a minor mishap in testing out the chainsaw cannon. Of course, it's the chainsaw cannon. So what? It was just a big toe, and Dr. James wasn't supposed to be standing there anyways. Was it really worth sending him to the middle of nowhere to document a lot of nothing in order to reflect on what he did. Air quotes around that. Well, frick you, O5 Council, and frick you, Michael, in particular, Bright yelled in the night sky. He wasn't expecting a response. Who is Michael? Bright's turned startled. Soon enough, there was a large male standing behind him. Alpha, from the smell of it. Clearly Middle Eastern, wearing a white tunic with tattoos all around the visible part of his skin. He smelled good, too. Really good. Actually, something about the smell was familiar to Bright. Something he couldn't put his finger on. But there was but sorry, I skipped a line. But it was very nice nonetheless. No one important. And who are you? The alpha chuckled, walking closer to Bright, caressing his face. Ooh la la, Abel, don't be so forward. No one important, he repeated, sniffing Bright's neck, causing a shudder from the Omega. Are you in heat by any chance? No, I'm on suppressants. I have a very important job and, no, Bright said, feeling he could dabble in Bright said, feeling like he could babble incoherently forever if he had to, as long as he kept that scent near him, the alpha near him. Are you sure? You smell so sweet, the alpha murmured. I can only imagine how good you smell in your heat, if this is how good you smell out of it. Logically, Bright knew he should be asking questions. Logically, he knew the place he should. He knew he was in the place he in my tongue. He knew the place he was in should be under containment. Logically, there shouldn't be anyone else here with him. Logically, this alpha shouldn't be acting so familiar with him. Logically, he should get at least a name. Logic left the room as soon as he smelled the alpha. Frick me, he muttered. Is that an exclamation? What's that word? Is that an exclamation? I don't know if that's what the word is, but it's okay. Or a request. Whatever you want it to be, Bright murmured. I need you, please. You smell so good. You The alpha smirked. You want me to frick you? Right here, right now? Bright nodded. Well then, how could I refuse? Anyways, I am going to have to pause this a recording of the audio before I do the next chapter because it might get a little steamy weeny. And if it gets a little steamy weeny, I have to edit a significant amount out. So, anyways, I will be back. Stay tuned. Yes. You will either get an outro or the next part after this. Yes. Okay, thank you for waiting. So I'm gonna have to censor some of this, but I will try my best to see what I can put in. And anyways, if you do see this part, I was able to put some in. If not, you just see the outro, and it's the outro. Anyways, let's continue. Chapter 5 gets a little steamy, but not too steamy. He never imagined he's actually doing this, and how much he's enjoying it. Meant to break out of his containment cell deep in the sea that those fools from the Foundation thought he could keep him at bay. He has murdered on his way here, from the guards from the site to the ones who waited for him at the shores of the sea. And as soon as the alarm reached the continent, he unalived on his path worthless people who think they could outsmart him in combat with their fancy weapons. No one meant anything to him. But then, as soon as he reached this place, in the middle of the moonless sky, he got it from the winds, the smell, the sweet smell that leaves him confused and craven. A time after that, he dared believe that he imagined that as he imagined the smell as he was adapted to his new country. But there it was. It was real. It was strong. The person was nearby. An Omega. Then he absolutely forgot his initial objective of unaliving everyone in his way and went to search for this person until he found him. An SCP researcher placed in the shores of the lake, in the middle of the empty canyons around. It was so sweet, so addicting. He wants to meet the owner, to own him. Never before has he done such a thing in his life. This was so unknown to him, but as soon as he touched the Omega's face, suddenly it felt natural to him. He wants him, and this one needs him too. The way his green eyes behind those glasses are staring at him, the way his hair feels around his fingers, the smell of his skin, how soft it feels. Someone so easily to kill while unalive. As he could tell, he wasn't a warrior, just a researcher like the countless of worthless ones he had found. Still, someone now he longs for, to touch, to claim, to kiss. Those lips were sweet like his smell was. So untouched, so innocent. He grew addicted, obsessed with it. He wants this badly. Any initial thought he had about fighting and killing and unaliving just leaves his mind. He had found someone he could consider now as his mate. His mate. He is his. Please, the Omega whispers softly as he undresses. Please. What's your name? The Alpha, feeling so unfolded by his needy Omega he just met. I want to know. He struggles trying to tear his tunics, trying to undress Abel. My name is Jack Bright. Jack Bright. Even the name sounds sweet to him. Jack Bright, he repeated. My Jack Bright. This man, Jack Bright, shivers and that, letting out a sigh of relief once they are unclothed. No more layers between them. They embrace in desperation as their scents mingled and such. Yours? Jack asked, confused. Usually he never gives his name, as the people he found never lived to tell the tale. But there, in the shores of the lake, beneath the moonless sky, and they found their lips once more. He spoke before falling into the abyss with his Jack Brights. Call me Abel. Anyways, that is chapter 4 and 5. I had to edit some of the words out because steaminess. It didn't get too steamy though, so it wasn't full on adult fun time scene. Anyways, there will be that, so there might be age restricted, who knows. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed. Thank you, Gav, for making this, and thank you, Wiki Brony, for making this. You are both fabulous, wonderful, beautiful, chef's kiss. And thank you, Gav, for being my first patron. You are wonderful, you are beautiful, you are a chef kiss. I'm glad you're doing better. And thank you, Wicked Brownie, for also being wonderful, fabulous, and chef kiss. Mwah. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. And if you would like to see more of this, I will have to pre-read the next few chapters or ask the creators what chapters have steamy weemy stuff in it, so I know what to edit out beforehand. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed. I will link the story in the description and all that good stuff and all that jazz. And I will have also at the end of this video, I will have the playlist for this linked at the end of the video. Probably a info tab at the beginning of the video of the playlist, etc. All that stuff. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed. Stay sexy on my sexy muffins, and bye-bye. Secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro, secret outro, secret outro. In this secret outro, it is, do you ship Abel and Jack Bright? I very much ship them. It is so good. It is so good. I love it. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed and stay sexy on my sexy muffins. Bye-bye.